Chapter 11 Birth of Sri Nrushinha Saraswati. An account of Brahmani has been given in Chapter 8. She was worshipping Sri Shankar devotedly in the evening on Shani Pradosh. She died in course of time and took the next birth in a Brahmin family at Karanja in Berar. Her name was Amba Bhavani. She was married to a Brahmin youth Madhava, who was also a devotee of Shiva. As per her nature of previous birth, Amba Bhavani worshipped Sri Shiva along with her husband devotedly. She became pregnant when she was just 16 years old. Customary ceremonies were performed in the third and fifth month. She used to have good desires. She advised people with higher principles. Filling of oti, that means putting corn coconut in the open side of the sari worn by woman in the seventh month, and Shrimati and Seemanti was also observed. After completing 9 months, a son was born to her. The baby uttered Om from very birth. People wondered to see this. The astrologers foretold he will be a great ascetic and Jagat Guru. He will not marry, but will be known, revered all over the earth. Being an incarnation of God, he will wipe off all your miseries and fulfill your desires. The parents of the child were very much pleased to hear this, and they gave money and clothes to the Brahmins. In order that the baby may not suffer from the evil eye of person, lemon and salt were waved on him and thrown away. He was named Shaligram Dev, but his pet name was Narahari. He was later publicly known as Nrushinha Saraswati. Knowing thus that the baby was an incarnation of God, his parents bowed to him. The mother put the baby in the cradle and sung lullaby songs, but the baby would prefer to lay down on floor and play cheerfully. The child became 1 year old. It did not utter any words except Om. The parents were anxious to see the child speak other words also. As days passed on, they were afraid of his being dumb. Some people would say he has all the knowledge, but purposely he doesn't speak. The child became 7 years old. His parents did not know how to celebrate his thread ceremony. As they were Brahmins, the thread ceremony was most essential. They worshipped Gauri and observed Pradosh and other fasts, but they were of no avail. They were now anxious to know how to make the boy recite Gayatri mantra, which a Brahmin boy learns at the time of his thread ceremony. Seeing the parents in dejected mood, the only son approached them and tried to console them. He held the iron bar in his hand, and instantly it was turned into a gold bar. Seeing this, the parents were astonished. They gave him some more iron, and that too was turned into gold. Then the parents asked the son when and how he would learn to speak, how he would speak. He moved his hand around his chest and lion and expressed that when the sacred thread would be worn and nunchis grass would be tied around his lion, he would speak. The parents were much pleased and they started enthusiastically preparing for his thread ceremony. Still, some doubted the success of the function. The parents invited all the relatives, friends, and learned Brahmins for the function. The ceremony started. On the first day, his head was shaved and dinner took place. Next day, after the bath of the boy, a sacred thread was put on his left shoulder. The boy dined with his mother and other boys of his age. The father uttered Gayatri mantra in the ears of the boy Narahari, who recited it in his mind. The mother then came with alms. After offering the first alms, the mother asked the boy to recite Rigveda. Narahari recited Rigveda. After giving the second alms, the mother asked Narahari to recite Yajurveda, and he did. After the third alms, Narahari recited Agnayahi from Samaveda, the third Veda. Thus people realized that Narahari had the knowledge of all the Vedas, and they bowed to him with reverence. Narahari then said to his mother, "You have asked me to beg for alms. I would therefore live on begging, so allow me to go and visit the holy places." Hearing this, his parents were much aggravated. The mother fell on the ground. After recouping, she said, "We accepted that you would take our care. So far, due to our misfortune, you were not speaking. Now, seeing that you can speak, we are much delighted and we think that our devotion to God has been fruitful. But now, you're talking of leaving us, and this is making us very uneasy. Narahari said, You need not be sorry. You will have 4 sons, and they will look after you very obediently. So saying, he placed his palm over her head. She instantly recollected her previous life and saw Shripad Shrivallabha standing before her. She bowed to him humbly. Narahari raised her head and said, Mother, keep this a secret. We sannyasis keep ourselves aloof from family life. As I have to do my mission, please allow me to go. Mother, dear son, do not go leaving us alone. No religion asks one to be an ascetic in such a tender age. You have Brahmacharya ashram for 12 years. The second is Grihastra, the most important in 4 ashrams. After going through the third ashram, which is Vanaprastha ashram, one becomes liable for the 4th ashram, Sannyas ashram. So say the Shastras. So study Vedas in Brahmacharya ashram. Later on, get yourself married and have the pleasures of family. Then perform sacrifices and thereafter become a sannyasi. But it is not desirable to be a sannyasi in childhood. Chapter 12. Narhari becomes Sri Nrushinha Saraswati. Narhari said, This body is perishable. What is its guarantee? So as long as one has a sound body, they should act virtuously. Your advice is for them who have won victory over death. They can say they will follow religion later. So one should do religious deeds in childhood. There are 3 stages of life, the childhood, youth and old age. But it is not certain when one will die. Yamaraja is counting every moment of a man's life, day and night. Knowing that life is running fast, those who not lead religious and virtuous life are like beasts. House, property, wife, children, mother, nothing is eternal. Old age kills a man, just like crocodile devours him. Therefore, a wise man should do virtuous deeds in young age. Why do you then prevent me from going? This life is like a dream. This body may perish in a moment. Mother says, Dear child, you are advising me. You told me that I will have 4 sons. So you should stay with me till I have at least 1 son. If you go disregarding my request, I would give up my life instantly. Narahari smiled and said, What I have said will not be otherwise. However, when you get 2 sons, let me go. Then I shall not stay here. I promise to stay here for 1 year. Thus Narahari lived happily. All people wondered to see that the boy of 7 knows all Vedas and can teach the same. Crowned up, learned persons also came to him to learn Vedas and Shastras. His mother became pregnant. After 9 months, she gave birth to 2 handsome sons. The parents were glad to have 2 more sons. By the end of 1 year, the 2 babies became 3 months old. Narahari told his mother that her desire was fulfilled. She would get 2 more sons and they will all live happily. She should now permit him to live as per sannyasa dharma. The parents bowed to Narahari and said, You are our family god. We cannot say anything before you. Please forgive us if we have spoken any harsh words, thinking you to be our son. Our devotion to Sri Shankar has materialized. You made us glorious. When shall we see you again? Narahari says, I shall be before you whenever you remember me. You will have 1 daughter and 2 more sons. You will have no miseries, and in the end you will attain the best place in Paraloka. Now I have to proceed to Badri Narayan to meet Siddha, so please allow me to go. The parents, males and females of the town, walked with Narahari. Some said, See how a brahmachari is going for penance. He is an incarnation of God. Else, at such a tender age of only 7, how can he know all the 4 Vedas? All bowed to him and returned. The parents still followed Narahari, who then appeared before him in the form of Shripad Shrivalabha. The parents put their heads on his feet and then Narahari immediately went away. Narahari started from Padri Narayan. On the way, he reached the holy Kashi. He did penance there and saw Vishweshwar. He also practiced there all kinds of yogas. Many sannyasis also observed penance at this holy place. Narahari showed great proficiency in yoga. Many sannyasis came to see him. There had been one old sannyasi named Krishna Saraswati who had realized Brahma. He also showed respect for Narahari. He said to all sannyasis, "He is not an ordinary human being, but he is an incarnation of God and deserves respect from all. Let us request him to be a sannyasi and bless people." Accordingly, all went to him and said, "It will be better if you now accept sannyasi diksha as per religious rules and accept worship and respect from us and favor us with your blessing. Sannyasis are despised in this Kali Yuga. Though there are different means of devotion, sannyas is in particular dishonored. Sri Shankaracharya rejuvenated sannyasa dharma in 7th century. But now Kali is more influential. The sannyas is being degenerated. So you please rejuvenate it." Narahari heard their request and accepted sannyasa diksha from Sri Krishna Saraswati. Namadharak interrupted, "When Narahari himself was Sri Guru Dattatreya's incarnation, why did he have another guru?" Sri Siddha says, "In former days, Vasishtha was a guru of Sri Rama and Sandipani was the guru of Sri Krishna. In the same way, Krishna Saraswati became the guru of Narahari, and thereafter he was known as Sri Nrushinha Saraswati. In human life, human customs are to be followed, and so Narahari approached the very well-known aged Yati sannyasi Krishna Saraswati and accepted him as his guru. Sri Shankar is the first guru, Vishnu second, Brahma is the third. After these followed Vasishtha, Parashar and Vyasa, who was the incarnation of Sri Vishnu. Thereafter Shukha, Gaudpad, Govind Guru, Shankaracharya, Vishwarupa Varya, Dhyan Bodh Giriya, Giriraj, Ishwar Tirth and Bharati Tirth succeeded one after other. Thereafter Vidyaranya, Shripad Muni, Vidya Tirtha, Mali Ananda, Dev Tirtha, Saraswati Tirtha, Saraswati Yadovendra, and his disciple was Shri Saraswati. Such is the line of succession of gurus. Sri Guru Nrushinha Saraswati was much respected in Kashi for his deep knowledge of Vedas. After some time, Sri Guru went to Badrinath with many followers. After taking a round of Marugiri and seeing the holy places of Navakhanda, Sri Guru came to Ganga Sagar. He then went by the bank of Ganga and came to Prayag. A learned Brahmin Madhav saw him there. Sri Guru initiated him with sannyas and named him Madhav Saraswati. Later on, Sri Guru had many more followers.